All right, we are back, and it is storming like a motherfucker by us. Holy shit.
Gonna lose internet.
Yeah, so if the stream drops, just know it's not because we don't love y'all, it's because our fucking power got messed up. So, all right, welcome back to another episode of the greatest podcast of all time. Nothing could possibly compete. Joe Rogan, eat your dick off.
Whoa,
Chillin'
whoa,
Vanilla.
whoa.
Chillin' Vanilla podcast.
The last live one for the next like 6 weeks.
Hell yeah. Cause your boy is getting his back meat fixed. Pause.
Getting his back
Fucking
blown out.
first off, hella pause. No, definitely not. But yeah, so I will be out. We have a shit ton of recordings for y'all to enjoy while we're out. Those will be over where? Cole, where will those be?
They will be on YouTube.
Dun, dun, dun,
Chill
dun.
Vanilla Podcast, look us up. Uh, or audio versions will be on anchor.fm/Chill Vanilla 5. That'll link you to Spotify, Apple, all the good shit.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, so let's get into this shit. What are we doing this week, Chief? What are we doing?
Well, I want to say ID invaded, but I watched a little bit in English and they kept calling it
Correct.
an idwell. So I don't know if it's id invaded or ID. We're watching the letter I, the letter D, colon, invaded.
I'm gonna say pause on that, but we'll continue. God, Jesus. ID colon invaded. That's a terrible string of words there, Chief. It's id because it's dealing with the mind and the
I can agree with
subconscious.
that. I'm not gonna argue that because they said that in English. So I'm gonna assume that that's correct and I'm fine with that.
Oh shit. Yeah, so id as in the unconscious,
Like
not
Hunter X
ID
Hunter.
like my never mind. We're gonna continue from there. The the premise of the show, to do my standard issue quick summary, the premise of the show is there are detectives. It's a future scape. There are detectives, and they find serial killers by searching for molecule particles,
Tend to
basically.
kill
Yeah,
molecules or
they're
some
like intent to
shit.
kill particles, and they have this cool little nifty device that's like it looks like a fucking Walmart check scanner, on steroids, and basically it finds these particles that the killers leave behind that are tied to their intent to kill. It's kind of like a bloodhound sniffing blood or any substance to find a killer, basically. Same concept, except did electronic. But yeah, so that's how they link to the intention of the killer. Therefore, they can figure out how to access the killer's unconscious. And once they do that, they take someone else who has killed, uh, whether it be a cop or another killer, serial killer or not, and have them invade that individual's id. Hence the title.
Subconscious.
Yeah. So they go in there, they track them down, they figure out how they did whatever the fuck they did, and yeah, that's how they catch them. The people on the outside that are controlling the pilot is what they're called. People on the outside that are controlling the pilot are all cops. It's like a special division, of course, and basically they have specific functions. Some have like one dude's going over timelines, one dude's just basically checking all diagnostics and taking record of that, and another person's taking care of actually trying to deduce on the outside, while the person that's mentally invading the basic dream world of the serial killer is also in that person's mind deducing. So they're seeing things from this person's subconscious that are key items and pieces of evidence, like what are they like, what are they what's place that sticks out to them, things of that nature. Those are manifested in interesting ways, and that's something that we'll get into here whenever we get into story development.
The dialogue is basically like any other cop show,
Correct.
except it's anime and it's got some weird shit with it.
Yeah, because it's anime,
There,
so
I
they can
just
go a
said
little over the top.
everything for you.
All right, so there's the whole show, and yeah, I appreciate y'all coming out. Going to the plug. No, I'm just kidding. So, well, I'm definitely gonna start with character development because there really isn't any. Um, there kind of is.
Kind
Yeah, there
of.
kind of is, but not in the large scale style that we're used to. Put it that way. So basically, we have
Is
our
Akihito considered the MC?
yeah, Akihito would definitely be the MC on this.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, Akihito is our main pilot, former cop. Gives me very Kagami vibes, kind of. Not as like dark and brooding as Kagami from Psychopaths, but similar. I can solve a lot of shit pretty well because I'm dope as fuck. Because I'm the MC, MC plot armor type shit. Anyways, he is kind of just doing a shit and diving in and solving shit at the beginning, and then it like expands into this entirely different like new motive after a while towards like the middle and the end of the show. It's really interesting. I'd say he kind of has like a development arc, but not really, because at the end of the day he dismisses his wife and his daughter. So it's like,
Well, yeah, but see, he also, I mean,
spoilers by the way, because as per usual,
yeah, I mean, that's, yeah.
exactly. Emily goes, when you were describing this, all I thought of was Psychopaths.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one yet.
When I want you to watch it. I don't know if we'll review it. Should we review it?
Is it any worth a shit?
Oh, it's fucking great. Season 1 is sensational. Season 2 is okay.
We'll decide.
Yeah, we'll decide. We'll decide offline.
Or after the when we go live.
For sure. Once you watch it though, you're gonna be like, God damn it.
Either way, as I was saying.
Yeah, as he was saying.
I mean, he missed his wife and kid because, okay, spoilers, they got killed by some serial killer.
One of them did. The daughter did. The wife didn't. The wife killed herself.
Oh, did she? Oh,
yeah.
I missed that.
Oh, you missed that very key piece of information there?
Bro, there was so much shit going on. You're lucky I retained half the shit that happened.
There was so much.
And then later in the arc, he develops to the point where he's like, all right, I'll see you guys in the afterlife, basically. And I'm going to finish living my life with a purpose, or, that kind of.
So like he kind of, like I said, he has a very like 1, 2, 3.
I didn't really feel like he was as MC though, as like maybe like Koharu or whatever her name was.
Yeah, Koharu,
short girl,
Handamachi. Yeah, she is an interesting character. As far as her supposing to be, yeah, for real. I was like, she's gonna be the doting little sidekick, and then she was like, nah, bitch. I was like, oh, okay.
I'm the main bitch.
Just calmly stabbed the dog shit out of homeboy. Holy fuck.
Her dialogue was annoying in English. I'm sorry.
Yes, her dialogue was a pain in the ass in English. I did not like how she sounded whatsoever. There was no oomph at any point in her voice, except for like maybe the one time when they were in the car after she returned back to duty from fucking basically trying to kill herself with that damn drill. But yeah, other than that, she's a pretty good character. She was more interesting to watch than Akihito, put it that way. Akihito is very straightforward.
Where the MC is not the real MC.
Correct. Akihito is kind of a side character at the end of the day, because you can figure him out top to bottom within the first fucking like 10 minutes of watching him on screen. She's a whole different shebang, because it's like, oh, she's definitely fucking crazy. I guess she decided to be a cop the way she could legally kill. Like, that's pretty much what happened. Yeah,
when she like turned her new leaf and was like doing like all the weird extra investigating killing, I was like, all right, bitch, you're doing too much.
Yeah, doing way too much. But
she knew she was taking that MC spotlight.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, she's like, I'm that new blood bitch. Old fashioned ass Akihito. Thinking he's hot shit. He ain't shit.
Everyone else's story is kind of
non-existent.
Kiki / Kairu, the girl that Akihito always finds dead in the id wells.
That's kind of like his totem. Yeah,
that's like the only other character that really has a lot of stuff going on with her.
So
she's like basically the whole. She is Amaterasu.
Yeah, damn it.
Basically.
So for her, or really for him, or really the show in general, I'm trying to like piece it, but there's no point. I'll just kind of like encapsulate this in this statement. Think of if you've seen Psycho-Pass and if you've seen Inception, combine the two, and this is the result. 100%, because there's a lot of like dream within dream sequences towards the end of the shit. Yeah, a well within a well. We don't have any data on this. Anything could happen. What happens if they realize what's going on in their own well? They'll have what the fuck is it called?
I think it starts collapsing or some shit. I don't know.
Some shit, yeah. So yeah, like their world fucking collapses.
Too much brain power for me for
when the subconscious and the conscious synchronize, it forms fucking something. Basically, their id collapses. And the weird shit with, we're going into story at this point in time, obviously.
Well, so basically the whole summary story is he's trying to solve what happened to this Kairu girl that he always finds dead, and it's linked to some mystery guy that they call John Walker or whatever.
Yeah, John Walker.
And that's the whole thing is like this John Walker guy's creating serial killers and blah 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 blah. And that's like the whole mystery to the end. Spoiler. Dude, I knew when they introduced the John Walker guy with the blurred face.
Yeah, you know who it was.
I knew who the fuck it was. Like, that was.
It took me until.
Like, oh, it's that jackass.
It took me until what the fuck is that dude's name? The like team director, not the chief, the director.
The guy with the old man with the white hair?
No, not him. The other guy.
Or are you talking about the one below him, like the guy that runs the Idwell?
Yeah, the guy that runs the Idwell. Him. Yeah, I don't remember his name. I know Matsuoka because that
Irrelevant is his name.
That's his name. Yeah, basically. I know Matsuoka because of the fact that he's the original partner for Homegirl, Homodachi or whatever.
Yeah, but either way,
Hondomachi. Here we go. I did not know.
It took, and I was like, it's him.
Once they started realizing, or once they started seeing shit like, that's a second well inside of this or whatever, and they're like, what the fuck, what's going on here? And then as soon as that was found out or whatever, that they found it, all of a sudden immediately it was like, oh nope, trumped up charges against the director. Wild, what the fuck, arrest him. I was like, nah, yeah, it's definitely the fucking chief. Like as soon as that happened, I was like, it's not the director. Obviously, he's way too.
I don't know if they die when it collapses because either I wasn't paying attention enough, but I don't think that anyone was in one when it collapsed. Because I think the only Idwell that collapsed or started to collapse was like that second layer one that they were in, but then they both left it before it finished.
Correct. Well, once you become,
I don't even know if they know.
What is it? Yeah, once you become aware of the collapse, then you can escape it yourself and pull yourself out a layer, basically. There was so much. Like if you're not wanting to think while watching a show, don't watch the show. If you do enjoy like a really interesting story, I won't say like mind-blowingly fucking wild storyline, watch the show. If you like detective shit, if you like cop shit, like watching police procedurals, looking at you, then 100% watch that shit. No, they don't die when it. That's what you were responding to. They kind of do. It depends.
Fucking delayed ass bitch.
Hey, look, I was just looking. It hadn't popped up for me. Then I finally saw it. So not so much like Psycho-Pass. It's based. Okay, so I will say this: Psycho-Pass season 1 is amazing, right? This show is like it's a step below that, but it's also not shit, right? So I won't go so far as to call it great value Psycho-Pass. Maybe Kirkland's. maybe it's Kirkland's. It's Kirkland's brand Psycho-Pass. There you go. So
it ain't that HEB brand.
Yeah, it's not no Hill Country Fair Psycho-Pass.
Yeah, well,
but it is good. If we're gonna go and roll into, I can't really say story development because we kind of went through story. It's pretty straightforward.
They go through, they solve who it is, and
yeah. If we go through like fucked up characters, though, we can definitely do that. As far as like some of the more fucked up parts of the show, where it just hits you with shit. Yeah, there's a lot that just kind of like hits you, and you're not expecting it in some instances. However, the fight between the the Challenger and Akihito. I've seen that fight online, and I didn't realize that this was the same show until he opened the door for him, and I was like, "Oh
okay,
shit!"
I will give him props on that because that is the one thing that I was like, "All right, at least he's being realistic with it. No idiot's gonna not use their gun." And it's
Exactly.
Like, shoot his ass.
Nah, let me said I thought you said it was fair. Like, it is for me. It is like, oh my god, that shit now. Was great.
Equalizer.
You're right.
Yeah, it's like all the pride shit where it's like, oh, I'm gonna fight you with my fists. Like, no, just
yeah, we're not doing that. That was a.
You're gonna win.
I was like, ooh.
Now I have to get this off my chest before I forget. I think I messaged this to you. If I hear,
oh god,
I'm the brilliant detective one more time, I'm going to blow something up.
My name's Kaido, which means my name is
figuratively. You do.
Like literally,
that annoyed the crap out of me. How many times they repeated that, dude?
My name's Kaido, which means my name is Sakaido, which means I'm the brilliant detective. I'm here to solve her case.
The dialogue was that right
literally,
there.
Like
easy writing.
That exact statement. Imagine that exact statement 9,000 times. Like,
oh, jeez.
It is both dubbed and subbed. Actually, I believe it's on Hulu.
It's on Funimation too.
Yeah, it's on Hulu and Funimation. We got to start being better about that as far as saying where it is to watch.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man, we're fucking slacking, dog.
You're supposed to be the professional here.
I'm sorry, like
along for the ride.
Listen, even brilliant detectives such as myself slip up occasionally.
Screw you.
But yeah, that exact line is what you'll hear basically every episode. Where am I? Who am I? Who is she? Sees the face. Okay. That's Kaido, which means I'm Sakaido, which means that makes me the brilliant detective. I gotta solve the case of her murder. Like, it's gonna be every fucking episode verbatim, and you're gonna be like,
Yeah, for that to make sense, though, we forgot to mention when the pilots go into the Idwells, they lose memory of everything from the real world.
Basically, think of it as like any time traveling story. It's similar to that, but it's jumping into the subconscious. So you don't have anything. So basically, this Kairi chick is Akihito's totem. That's why I mentioned the term totem before, like Inception. She's his totem. So he's like, I gotta solve the murder case, because that's genuinely the original reason why they started doing the pilot shit, was to try and figure out, hey, is there a new way to solve murder cases? The chick that she resembles disappeared years ago for him, right? So anytime he sees her, it's a strong enough memory that he's like, oh, that's right. Okay, I gotta solve her murder case. And then you realize this, oh wait, something's off here. So then he starts doing his brilliant detective shit and realizes what's going on. He's not aware until way later on that there are people watching him. Like, he's not communicating with them. He's just saying things and looking at things that are of interest, and they pull the information from that on the outside of the invasion to figure out what's going on. So, or to figure out where the killer is, see if they can help solve shit on their end, and if they end up solving it before him, they pull him out, because it does take a toll on the body to keep jumping in. If you die in the id, there is a chance that you don't come back, but it's only if you don't have the will to do so. So that's another key point as far as like the pilots going in and trying to solve murders and shit.
It's okay.
Much that's better. It's okay. That's your overall. You're just like, fuck it. It's okay. The premise is fucking awesome.
From shitting on it, but
I won't shit on it. It's not worth shitting on. It's an interesting concept. It's just the execution's a little weird.
No, yeah. See, that's my thing. I'm not. It's shit. That's why I don't want to shit on it, because it's not a bad show. It's just not my cup of tea.
Correct.
That's where my problem is. It's just not my kind of show.
Well, I mean,
I hate the investigation police dialogue. I don't. It's not my kind of show. I hate those shows. They're annoying to me.
Where you have to think. So basically, you watched a really shitty like CSI iteration, but an anime for
yeah.
CSI the anime.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. And it's like, it's not that it's a bad show, it's a cool idea and a unique concept, but it's just not my style of dialogue and show.
Dang, dog, man said I ain't had that. It was trash.
I didn't say it was trash.
Lies.
It's just not for me.
I know how you really feel. It's okay. No, it's pretty dope. The forget my fucking train of thought there for a second.
Your train of thought is, it's okay.
No. Train of thought is that it is for sure worth a watch. As far as the gore and shit in the show, be prepared to see some really fucked up shit.
I mean, yeah, they are talking about psychos and
serial correct, killers. Like for sure, serial killer shit. Like if you think about like the if like Criminal Minds wasn't censored. Thanks for the follow, Inflamed. Think about if Criminal Minds wasn't censored and actually showed all the fucked up shit that they talk about. That's basically what's going on in the show. So, Psychopaths needs to be on the lineup, Cole.
I'm sure we'll put it on there once I get through all the rest of that other shit on my list.
Yeah, I know. Like
big ass list.
This is like it's a scroll. It just keeps going. I'm like, fuck. But yeah, the overall, as far as like the story progression, the pacing, that's what I was gonna get to. See, I knew I was gonna get there. Swing that bitch right back around. There eventually. Wow. My old ass forgetting shit. The pacing. It's okay. I was gonna say it sucks. It's okay.
See, you wanted to shit on it too.
But I don't. That's the problem. It's in this weird like realm where it's like you could very easily, if you just didn't think objectively about it, you could easily shit on it. If you think about it from like a standpoint of this is actually not a bad show. The concept's dope. The characters are there. There are some that are very fucking one dimensional. There are some that have some fucking some oomph, some chutzpah to them. You know, the pacing though was all over the fucking place. The beginning, slow as shit. Once you start getting into like the middle towards the end, breakneck speed, then it slows the fuck down. Yeah, like all of a sudden it's like, whoa, we're in a world within a world within a world all of a sudden. What the fuck? How are we 3 layers deep in this bitch? Like,
and it's over.
Yeah, you know, and then it's like, oh, we got pulled out. Okay, what the fuck is going on? It's him. He's the one. Pew, and then he gets shot, and it's like, what is happening? And then, we're back into some fuck shit. Like, all of a sudden, everything and its mom happens in the last, like, 4 episodes. You're like, what the fuck happened? How did we get here? I had to rewatch one episode because I watched it fully, and I was like, no, we're starting back over because maybe I missed something as far as how we got here. I don't understand.
13 episodes.
How did we shoot through from like shit's building up, we're building evidence, we're getting there, and then all hell breaks loose all of a sudden. Yeah. Now we're jumping worlds and all this shit. Yeah, it's strange.
What I didn't like at the end was they tried turning it into a little bit of a fighting anime at the end.
Yes.
I was like, it
doesn't need that.
It didn't fit for me.
It didn't fit at all. Like the fighting with the Challenger, that serial killer.
And they didn't put a lot of budget into it either.
No, they didn't. They knew what they were doing. They were like, hey, we got a little bit extra to spend. Let's do a couple of
the rest of the animation was fine. It's just the fighting scenes were just weird.
Yeah.
They didn't fit the show. Like, it wasn't bad animation at all.
We're not talking like like the movie Taken fighting scenes, like where everything's like really boxed in and it's just like all over the place and like 5,000 jump cuts for one punch. It's nowhere near that bad. I will say though that
well, really the fighting's just slow as hell.
It is. Like
they do stick it in there. I'm like,
and there's no weight behind the hits. You just see the damage after the fact, right? There's no like dunk, like, oh shit, ooh, that hurt. When somebody gets shot, oh fuck yeah. When the episode, I think it was episode 3 with the sniper.
They could have kept it too. They didn't need all the fist fighting at the end.
Yeah, you didn't need the shit. Like the physics for the shooting, that was like the recoil whenever people would actually get hit, that shit was insane. The the show with the sniper where the people are getting picked off one by one behind the waterfall, whatever.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. The animation was good as
like
far as
is
they kept
really
it
good
within the realm of the show, but yeah,
once they started doing the fighting
tried
shit, it's
to,
like, hey, you're doing too much, and it's not good. It
trying
doesn't
to be
look good.
Naruto, the great detective, and just it wasn't working for me.
I'm a brilliant detective. Believe it. Oh, damn it. Yeah, but yeah, basically, pacing. If I were to go based off if I were to go based off the, yeah, if I were to go based off the pacing alone, it would for sure be like a 4. The pacing didn't make any sense. And if y'all watch it, please watch it. It's worth a watch.
It's an interesting show.
It's an interesting show, interesting concept. It's just some of the elements of it don't come together very well, and that's one of the main issues with the show is the pacing. The animation is beautiful. That's why I didn't waste the time to go over it. By the way, the animation is really fucking good. Like, I like the animation. There are some very small instances that I can nitpick at it and be like, hey, that proportionally doesn't make any sense. Whenever the challenger was like kneeling, his legs look like 7 feet long, and I was like, that's kind of strange looking, but okay.
That's a big boy right there.
That's a big old boy. But other than that, like, there's just a small shit that I can nitpick as far as that's concerned. It made sense kind of because it was like he's kind of otherworldly as far as like he's a fighter, but like he's such an asshole. He just beats the shit out of his victims and keeps them alive so he can keep beating them as they cause him pain. Like, I don't know, he's a masochist.
Either way, we can wrap this.
Yeah. Either way, I'm overall, I'd say it's a solid show. It's worth a watch. It's not something that I would be like, I'm watching this shit on repeat, anything like that, or oh man, I can't wait to go back and see if I can find more shit with this. There's nothing to really like go back and like find new shit in the show. Like, yeah, it's cerebral kind of, but not at a crazy level like Steins Gate. Steins Gate, you can go back and rewatch that anime and you can see some shit, which I do plan on doing a review on that shit, even if it's like a quick one, like just like a short or something like that. Or like an hour long one, you don't know.
We could turn this whole one into a short. It's alright. It's
done. Put it on YouTube. I mean, it's alright.
Alright, I guess. Like and subscribe, baby.
But yeah, the overall for the show, it's good. The animation, great. The pacing, I'll say it sucks. The story development, character development, okay. Put it that way. Okay. There are some you'll see, whether they be villain or hero or whatever, they're gonna be like, oh shit, that's a memorable character. And there are others that are just like, who the fuck is that? Like, but overall, I'll give this one a 6 out of 10. Like I said, it's good enough to watch, but it's like I've seen this. It's great. If somebody's looking for a show that they can just kind of breeze through and maybe get a little bit of tinking going on up there while they're watching it, sure. But they don't give you enough time to solve or help, quote unquote, help solve. They just hand you the fucking clues,
the answers.
Yeah, they hand you the answers, and there's no fun in like you trying to solve and go, oh shit, and have that oh shit moment before the main character does. So that takes away from the cerebral factor of it and kind of makes it like a very straightforward assembly line 1 2 3 on the rails psychological show, put it that way. Like there's no deviation to the point where it's like, whoa, that caught me way off guard, except for like maybe one point of the show. But yeah, overall, like I said, 6 out of 10.
Well, I think by what I've been saying all day what mine's going to be. It's a solid 5 out of 10, right down the middle. It is It's not bad. 5 out of 10 is like just middle of the road.
Smack in the middle, yeah.
Not a bad show. Like you said, good animation. The story is interesting. I was engaged and interested.
Yeah.
It's just not my personal preference.
Yeah.
But it's if you like that shit, it could be a 8 or 9 out of 10 for you if you really like that detective shit. But
yeah, it's I can tell you right now, even if you're like, holy shit, this is amazing, you're still gonna give it a 9. You're not gonna give it a 10. Like at absolute most, it's getting a 9.
If you're just got a hard on for
detective procedurals, yeah, 100%. There's no fucking way you give it a 10 if you watch this. I'm sorry, and if you do, I need answers. Like,
we need to talk.
we need a little conversation over here. Yeah. But yeah. So, like I said, it invaded. Decent show, worth to watch. If you have Hulu, you said it was on Funimation.
Yeah, I watched it on Funimation.
Yeah. So if you have Hulu, Funimation, whichever, definitely give it a peep. And yeah, that's all we got for you on this episode.
This is our last live till like the end of May.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll put
earliest end of May.
Post out. Yeah. We got like we'll have like at least 6 weeks of episodes on YouTube and Anchor for you to listen audio or video.
Listen,
so watch those. They'll
whichever.
come out at the same time. They'll be posted 7:30 as if we were going live. It'll just be the video on YouTube, so you can always watch it there.
That is correct. Very much correct. Yeah.
Link to all of that stuff's in the QR code below me. Also, like, subscribe, smash that button, baby.
Better hit that motherfucker follow.
All that shit.
All right, y'all. We will catch y'all in the future because it's gonna be a hot minute. But yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.
To the future.
To the future. Or like the third level of the Idwell, whatever.
We got good stuff coming. Watch it on YouTube. Check it out.
Check that shit out. Peace.
All right.